Montana, a sprawling outdoorsman's Eden with ice-covered peaks and unspoiled wilderness. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of the last best place. This week on Wardens.
You said they came from out of state. We don't have a bill of sale from out of state. We're gonna have to take the leeches.
Bull, you're taking them.
These ones did not come from an approved dealer.
Holy. What's that? Kayak? I'd hate to go get a kayaker.
This guy didn't even know he had to stop. He wasn't even paying attention, you could tell.
The threats of aquatic invasive species in Montana and throughout North America are many. We're concerned about things like illegal live fish, illegal live bait, quagga and zebra mussels, crayfish, New Zealand mud snails, as well as a variety of viruses and pathogens. There's many ways that those threats can present themselves in the state. One of them is through watercraft, recreational watercraft, and that happens to be one of the vectors for aquatic invasive species that we can actually do something about. So we have set up a watercraft inspection program as part of sort of regular business for boaters in Montana.
Just south of Ronan in Region 1, Warden Ron Howell pulled over a vehicle who ran the Aquatic Invasive Species Check Station. Montana state law requires all watercraft, including kayaks and paddleboards, stop at AIS inspection stations.
And I know it's confusing for you, sir. With the kayak, you think boat probably.
Yeah.
So
I've always stopped when I had my raft, and yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. You got some ID on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a prime example here from out of state. Where have you had it in the water? Anywhere in Montana? Or?
No, it hasn't been in the water for several years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Looks good and dry, so
Yeah.
don't see anything real concerning on. If you'll just wait in your pickup,
Okay.
I'll write
I
you a
didn't know
written
if you
warning.
wanted it untied
No,
or-
that's fine like that. So what I'm gonna do, just write this guy a written warning for failing to stop at the AIS check station. He has a kayak, and technically they're supposed to stop. It's very confusing for people so far. So what we're doing, we're just issuing them a written warning, trying to educate the public that they have to stop.
We have increased our cooperation with enforcement. Right now, we have wardens that come and are able to spend time at the watercraft inspection stations and assist with violations like drive-bys. It is mandatory to stop at the inspection stations. Having the wardens present gives us the opportunity to let folks know that boat inspections are a new part of recreating in Montana, and that we expect you to stop so we can take a look at your boat.
In Region 3, wardens are assisting at an aquatic invasive species check station located southeast of Helena, Montana, near Canyon Ferry Reservoir.
Could I take a look in the cooler?
Absolutely.
All right. Leeches in there?
And what all live bait are you using?
Trawlers and leeches.
And where did you get the leeches from?
From Hester Bait Company,
Okay, and where's that out of?
Minnesota.
One of the approved ones.
And do you have the bill of sale for that?
No, but you can call him. It's on file.
It's on file as
It's on
far.
file with the state of Montana.
You mean
one of the guys?
One of the guys, but you don't have the thing stating that it came
I
from
order
there?
25 pounds at a time,
25 pounds.
and I have the receipt at home.
You said they came from out of state. We don't have a bill of sale from out of state.
We're gonna have to
take the leeches.
Bull, you're taking them.
Northwest Montana. Warden Ron Howell is working a very busy AIS check station. His main focus today is to educate the public on preventing the spread of aquatic invasive species.
They passed law that makes it mandatory for all watercraft to stop at these check stations and be inspected. Again, it's to prevent spread of aquatic invasive species. So state law that all boats, all watercraft must stop, including kayaks, canoes, and paddle boards, everything. So
5 Northwest states are free of quagga and zebra mussels right now. We are threatened from both the Great Lakes and the lower Colorado River. We want to make sure we stay free of those, of some of those threats. So for the time being, watercraft inspection stations will be part of the program.
And there's a check station, wait.
Stage kayaks for you?
God, we're late catching this guy. Isn't it crazy how many people don't even pay attention, look behind them for sirens or anything? See the passenger look back here and they just keep driving?
Back in Region 3, wardens are working an AIS check station where they have a situation that could turn hostile.
Is anything else, sir?
Well,
You
I've
got
got a problem with the leeches.
You do.
It is an approved dealer, but unfortunately without the bill of sale, we're gonna have to take the leeches.
Bull, you're taking them. I'll take them to the house. You're not taking them. Okay. That's fine. I'll go to the house and drop them off.
Okay, is it straight up here?
Yep.
Okay.
That's, I specifically talked to Rocky about that too. And he said that you guys will have it on file with the state of Montana. Yeah. Because I sell these to other people and I don't give them a receipt.
You need, but you're from in-state here. This is from out of state. You need the bill of sale from out of state.
I get that, but when I sell them to these other guys, I don't give them a bill of sale. And they're the same leeches.
You said they came from out of state. We don't have a bill of sale from out of state. So we need to have that.
It's a joke.
Can I have that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the, it is an approved dealer, but without the bill of sale, we don't really know.
Yep, no, I understand that.
Northwest Montana, Region 1. Recreational boat traffic on lakes is always a safety concern for wardens. Today, Chris Crane is performing routine boat safety checks on Whitefish Lake. Chris is keeping a close eye on 2 jet skis. In 2013, personal watercraft accounted for 22% of all boating accidents, including 637 casualties. It's not long before he spots a clear safety violation that must be dealt with.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is your engine off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my name is Chris. I'm a game warden. The reason I wanted to talk to you is I noticed a couple violations that you can. Is that your friend or?
That's my fiance.
Fiance? Okay. She can come hear this stuff too. That way I can only have to say it once.
Yeah.
So.
We're in trouble, man.
One thing different is on this lake, there's a no wake zone around the entire shore. It goes out 200 feet.
Okay.
All right.
I was told 100 feet, but.
Who told you that?
The guy at the marina.
Okay, well, you can straighten him out. It's 200 when you get back.
All right, I'll make sure to tell him he got in trouble.
And then the other thing is you can't cross the wake of another vessel behind it within 100 yards.
100 yards. Okay, so like even her.
You bet. Even if you know the person. Yep. Yep. Right after you guys were watching the board.
Yeah, that Iron Man guy.
Yeah, I forget what he
power bore, I forget what you call that thing. Anyway, when you took off, you splashed her.
Okay.
And it specifically says in the regs you can't do that.
Chris opts to write the drivers a warning instead of a violation that would come with a hefty fine.
So when you guys getting married?
We haven't
No,
decided. We just
no?
got engaged on Tuesday.
Wow.
Wednesday, the 24th.
Wow. You know, there's still time to turn back. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, you look pretty happy there. So you guys are good to go. So have fun and enjoy life.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right. See ya.
Still to come on Wardens.
Okay, want to make sure you put that on before you go.
I ain't putting that ugly thing on my boat.
Well, it's required by law, just like licensing your vehicle.
Yeah, well, I don't always agree with the law.
The Mission Mountains are the backdrop of today's AIS check station in Region 1. Warden Ron Howell pursued a vehicle that failed to stop and now faces a citation.
The reason I stopped you is because all watercraft by state law have to stop at that boat inspection station. Even kayaks, canoes, the whole 9 yards. So I know it's probably didn't even think about it, just doing your thing. So just running this individual, make sure he doesn't have any warrants for anything. And he looks clear. So we'll issue him a written warning and get him on his way. You know, the aquatic invasive species, we don't want it spread around the state in different waters. So that's what we're doing. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Have a good day.
Region 3 Warden Justin Hockaluk is dealing with a mildly upset angler at an AIS check station near Helena, Montana. Anglers who wish to import leeches may do so only from approved sources and must have in their possession a bill of sale from the approved out-of-state dealer. The AIS team works with the fishermen to obtain a bill of sale from the dealer.
We're kind of trying to get a receipt for leeches. Yeah. Good to go.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right.
It's just
anything else?
We're trying to, No, I get it, but the frustrating part for me, like I was telling him, there's 10 boats out there that are fishing with them exact same leeches.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where it's frustrating for me. And I didn't, honestly, I've got the receipt. I can tell you exactly where it's at in my drawer, but I'm not going to drive back to Huntley and get it and be back here by.
And we have checked a few boats that have the receipt with them, but just be aware that it's in the regs, and so in the future, we got you for now.
Thank you.
Got what you needed?
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys.
You bet.
Leeches are a popular bait for walleye fishing on nearby Canyon Ferry Reservoir. It's just a matter of minutes till the AIS team is confronted with another angler in possession of undocumented leeches.
Hey, who had these?
We did.
Okay, and who purchased them?
He did, right?
All right. What we do in this case, we're going to seize these. You can't have them. I'm sure they explained that to you.
Oh, okay.
What we're going to do is write a written warning, though, just for documentation. Do you have your fishing license on you?
Oh, yeah.
Back with you. John?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back. Let you guys dispose of those. I'm sure you got procedures and protocol for that. A lot of people coming through with leeches, and if they're coming from out of state, they need to come from an approved dealer. There's like a half dozen that are approved. These ones did not come from an approved dealer, or if they did, there was no documentation associated with it, and he wasn't able to provide any. I don't believe that was the case. I just believe it came from a dealer that was unapproved. Here's your license back.
Glad I asked you guys.
No problem. This is just a written warning. No other legal ramifications.
Okay.
Stated that today that you were in violation of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks Commission rules and regs. If you look in the regulations, it says that any leeches that come from out of state need to come from an approved dealer, and that you have to have a bill of sale showing where those leeches came from, so we can reference that. And just something to be aware of.
All right,
and
good.
you guys are good to go.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good one. We'll see you.
Region 1 Warden Chris Crane is on Whitefish Lake, where a no-wake zone is in effect.
Actually, 200 feet out. He's within 200 foot there. Let's see where he goes from here. He's got an option. He can go inside, or he can go all the way outside. And he's going inside, which is even closer to the lake. All right, we'll lighten him up. Pull him over. Stop him.
Sure,
Having a good day?
Yeah.
Good. I'm just trying.
That house right there. We're just driving by checking it out.
Oh, yeah? Okay. My name is Chris. I'm a game warden of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. I'm just trying to get closer without ramming you there. Whose boat is this?
It's my buddy's.
Your buddy? Who's your buddy?
Six Dan Pulsifer.
Okay. And does he own it?
Yes.
Okay. You don't own it, or? Okay. All right. Yeah. One of the reasons I wanted to talk to you is there's you know about the no-wake zone out from the shore? There's a no-wake zone 200 feet out from the shore.
Is that right?
Yep. Yep. So, and that's to protect shoreline and stuff, and for safety. And I saw you coming in really close over there, and then you cut really close to those buoys, and then you had an option. You could have gone out from me, or you approached me, or you could have gone the inside. Of course, out would have been the safest route, but you took the inside. So.
Yeah, I apologize. We just got, like I said, we got married. We were just trying to show the in-laws here, and
okay.
we got married almost 10 years ago. We were just going to check out the house. That's
all right.
I did that.
Okay. Well, you were pretty close over there too, but okay. So, do you guys have life jackets, everybody?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You can pull 4 of them out for me, and then we'll. Great. Thank you very much.
I'll be clearing up the whitefish.
Okay. I am gonna write you a citation though for the no wake zone, just because it was pretty blatant. You got people hanging out here, and
I guess
it's a safety issue. Plus, you're towing your kid there, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't realize that we were putting out much of a wake on this kind of boat. I mean, I'm like a regular.
It doesn't PWC. What doesn't matter?
Oh, really?
Yep. They all throw. Obviously, those ski wake boats. Obviously, those are a lot bigger than.
Yeah.
Bigger than this one, but and I have is that your son then? Is that your
son? Yeah.
Okay. I have a reward for him for wearing a life jacket.
Warden Crane writes the boater a citation for violating the 200-foot no-wake zone.
Just remind your buddy on the back.
Okay.
That's how the numbers go. So I need to get that straightened out. So.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
At the southern end of Region 1, wardens have been assisting with enforcement at an AIS check station where all watercraft must stop for inspection.
Look out.
Another one, Lee. One, are you coming after the second one? I'm gonna get this second one. Hello, sir. I'm Ron Howell, State Game Warden with Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
Yes.
Reason I stopped you is for failing to stop at the watercraft inspection station. All watercraft, yep, all watercraft. I'm not gonna write you a ticket, we're kinda educating. I know with the kayaks, it's tough, so.
Didn't even think about it, so I should flip around and go back?
Do you have an ID on you? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna issue a written warning for fail to stop. It's state law that everybody has to stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna give your kayak a quick once over and we'll get you on your way, okay? I'll have you wait I'll have you wait there, thank you.
Today, it's all about education, reminding recreationists that all watercraft must stop no matter how small. After a quick written warning, this kayaker is on his way. Back in Region 3, wardens finish up the day at an AIS check station near Canyon Ferry Reservoir.
So you don't have decals or anything yet? Do you have the bill of sale?
I got them in the boat.
Temporary? Can you take a look at that?
Yeah.
Temporary registration? So this is the permanent registration that goes with this boat? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure you put that on before you go.
I ain't putting that ugly thing on my boat.
You have to. It's required. Okay, so you have to put that on before you go. But these are old, so don't put those on. You're gonna need the new ones for validation decals.
Okay.
Okay, those expired 2011.
Oh, okay.
All right?
I didn't know I had to go back and get any. I thought
Yeah.
it was a permanent sticker.
That's the permanent sticker, but you also need validation decals.
Oh, okay.
And those expire every 3 years, so the new ones are blue.
Uh-huh.
So you have to contact regional office and get those.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can call them, go online, and they'll mail them to you, or you can show up there and they'll give them to you.
Uh-huh.
But you need to display the decal.
Oh, piece of ugly trash.
Well, it's required by law, just like licensing your vehicle.
Yeah, well, I don't always agree with the law.
Well, as long as you put it on, I'd be happy.
There we go.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys good?
Yep, we're good.
All right. Hey, good luck on the lake today.
I kind of don't have a choice. He's in my back pocket right now. But it's all good. We'll breathe, we'll get through it, and I'll be there shortly.
It's opening morning of Montana's rifle season, and in Region 4, things are already heating up.
What it boils down to is a guy shot a spike, was trying to shoot a cow, ended up shooting a spike in a brow time bull only area. We're just gonna go take a peek. He's turned himself in, and we're just gonna go take care of it.
John heads to the high country, where rough road conditions and snowdrifts often make access nearly impossible.
Oh, you know me. I mean, I'm not too afraid of my truck. And guys got to test it out once in a while.
140 miles away near the town of Columbus, Region 5 Warden Paul Lupke patrols the game-rich bottomlands near the Stillwater River.
How we doing, guys? Relaxing a little bit. Well, you picked a nice spot, didn't you?
On beautiful days like this, Warden Lupke is rarely without his partner and best friend, Axel. Certified by the National Working Canine Association, Axel was trained solely by Paul and often assists him in finding critical evidence.
He's certified in human tracking and what's called article search. An article can be anything that he's trained to find. He's really good on empty shell casings, which are fresh gunpowder. He can find guns, anything with human scent. It could be a knife, a glove, anything that a poacher might leave behind at a crime scene. We can send him out and he can go and find those objects. But in order to keep him sharp, you got to keep training him. So I try to train him about, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 scenarios a week. And during hunting season, I like to keep him going on fresh shell casings, because that's is most important in making a case, whether it be a trespassing or shooting off a road or shooting from a ditch or someplace like that. Definitely a happy dog handler when your dog does what he's supposed to do. Good boy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go shoot off a 12-gauge shotgun shell, and that's a good training tool for him, and I'm gonna kick him loose, and he should go find it pretty easily and indicate on it. And by indicating, I mean lay down by it and show me where it is without disturbing the evidence. So the object of Axel's desire is this little ball right here. And so when he's working, looking for something, he doesn't really know what he's looking for. He just knows that if he finds certain scents and lays down by it and shows me where they are, he'll get to play with this ball. So this is what he loves above all else. He only gets it after he's doing work. It's this very special treat. So you just kind of hang on to it, and if he goes out there and finds a shell like he's supposed to, I'll reward him with his ball. So you can tell he's getting pretty excited. He wants to go find that shell casing and get his ball. The way we do this is, it's got to be routine. So we try to do everything the same way every time, so he knows what he's getting, what he's gonna go do. So we're gonna bring him to heel, give him a command, and watch him go. Shush! A lot of times he'll follow the footprints right to wherever the evidence was left. What do you have? Show me. So you can see this is how he indicates on it. He just lays down by it, and all he wants right now is his ball. What do you have? Good boy. And he gets his ball. And that's it, right there. That's a good boy.
Back in Region 4, Warden Lasovsky is responding to an alleged violation which occurred in the high country.
It's been pretty slow. Not a lot of animals taken, but no wonder there's no elk left up here in this little 1.5 sections. This is what we're gonna do all day. Okay, look at the back of that truck right there. You got one?
She did.
She did.
Yeah, she schooled me again.
You know, that's what them girls will do, them wives. It's 2 things I don't do with my wife is fish or play poker, so it's the same type of deal for me. Can I check your tag here quick?
Absolutely.
I think you just didn't do your research ahead of time, and...
We didn't know that
Don't start crying.
Yeah, this isn't that big of a deal.
In Region 4, near White Sulphur Springs, Montana, Warden John Lisowski is responding to a report of an illegally shot elk. Before he can reach the high country, he is warned of the dangerous road conditions beyond camp.
Well, that's good to see you guys are getting into some stuff.
Yeah, they were everywhere yesterday.
Yeah.
They were just swirling up on top there.
Yeah.
And
So, but did you have, I mean, was it lots of people on that hilltop up there? Thank you. Appreciate that.
There was lots of people up
Yeah,
there. There was a Jeep Wagoneer that broke down halfway up in the deep snow.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And then...
So you had elk all the way to the top end,
all
what
the
you're
way
saying?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to get a bull right now.
Fair warned, Lisowski ventures toward the high country. Before he reaches his destination, John encounters hunters who were witnesses to the violation.
We're sitting there watching the clearing, and we seen the guy park on the farther and walk up in.
Yep.
And then he wasn't back there 5 minutes, and you hear him shoot, and then you hear him shoot again, and then this bull comes running down, and you can see it was just a split horn, yeah. And then he ran back up, and you heard him finish him off.
Right.
So we walked up there. He walked up to it and then left it, and then seen that we were up there, so then he came back over.
So you guys he saw you guys.
Yeah.
Thus the phone call.
Yeah, he used Jared's phone.
Behind the front shoulder.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw some chains on, guys.
Yeah, you're gonna need them.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it up there without it. They tore it up real bad.
As Warden Lisowski prepares to chain up for the dangerous road ahead, Region 5 Warden Paul Lupke is responding to a trespassing violation in progress.
This is a ranch in Stillwater County. It's a really big ranch, but it's private property. They don't let anybody hunt it. Every year, somebody gets anxious and poaches one of these deer on this ranch, and they're usually nice deer, pretty available from the road. So the ranch manager caught these guys up there, and they're supposedly gonna kind of try to get these guys to stay there, and hopefully we can figure out what happened.
Back in Region 4, Warden Lisowski is facing a dangerous stretch of road into the high country that requires chains for safe passage.
Well, we're gonna see what we can get away with.
This morning, John is missing the set for the rear wheels. With chains only on the front, it makes this venture almost impossible.
Well, that was the easy stuff. We'll see how we do on the rest. This is the stuff that gets a little hairy up here. You'll hold on to your hat. Another set of chains would be good.
In south central Montana, Warden Paul Lupke receives a call from a local ranch manager about a trespassing. With miles of open country, Paul is having a difficult time locating the hunters.
I think I took the wrong road. Man, I thought I was gonna have to pitch a tent up here and spend the rest of the fall.
The hunters are claiming the mule deer buck jumped the fence onto private land after being hit. However, in order to avoid trespassing charges, they needed to have secured permission before retrieving the deer.
And basically, Jason found you before you had a chance to tag it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you drag it a ways before you tagged it?
No, like I said, I saw somebody up there on top.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be on someone's land too long.
Okay. Okay, so it's safe to say you were trying to get in there and get it out rapidly before somebody caught you. And that's understandable.
I wasn't hiding.
We thought that if you shot it, it was we didn't know that
Don't
you
start crying.
Yeah, this isn't that big of a deal.
We thought that if you shoot it,
Yeah.
you're gonna eat it. You can't leave it for dead or just
Right.
leave it there.
Well, in Montana, what you have to do is We respect all private property rights, yours, mine, the ranch is here. So what you should have done in retrospect, as soon as it jumped the fence and died, went and figured out whose property this was, started knocking on doors, got and talked to the ranch manager, and there's a very good chance he would have said, hang on a second, let me make a phone call. It's okay, the owner said it's okay, why don't you go in there and get your deer? You know, if he believed your story and didn't think you were doing it on purpose.
Region 4, near White Sulphur Springs. Warden Lasofsky is responding to a hunting violation in the backcountry. He'd chained up the front tires, but is still having difficulties getting past this dangerous stretch of road.
Busted a link. That's a bad deal. That's a deal breaker. So what I'll do is I'll see if I got some wire in the back. This is it. This is the worst of it, too. We're right there. That wasn't easy. So note to self, for opening day, make sure you got 4 sets of chains in the truck, not 2. What I don't want to do is end up down here.
Region 4 Warden John Lasofsky is responding to a call from a hunter that admitted shooting an illegal elk. But in order to get there, John must first traverse a dangerous stretch of backcountry road.
What I don't want to do is end up down here.
With one set of chains already broken, John decides not to chance it with the truck. Walking in seems to be a safer option.
What do you know? Oh. Is there an elk on the road up there?
There is, and I was wondering if you'd even want to be tempted to go up there this thing all the way.
To be straight up with you, I broke a chain, and I'm debating whether I want to go up there too, so.
And he was sitting on it, and the guy that has it is sitting on it up there.
He's got a wheeler right there too?
He does, yeah.
How far up is it?
Pretty far.
Pretty far?
Well,
It's like the end.
Almost to the end of that first park?
Yeah, it's in the middle of it.
This father and his 2 sons are with the hunter who shot the spike. They're willing to transport the elk downhill, since John isn't able to go any further with broken chains.
Long and short of it, this is one of the toughest spots in this district right here. It typically has snow on it, even in archery season. The elk get up in here, and it's what attracts your true elk hunters. There's no doubt about that, but the problem is you better have all your ducks in a row when you're coming up here, and you better have a decent pickup to get up here to start with, and 4 chains all the way around, and a little bit of clearance is required, otherwise you're off into the trees. So we come up here quite a bit to check up here, but we're usually better prepared. And this go around, not only did we break a link on a chain, but we should have had 2 sets of chains. So note to self, that 2 big mobs of chains, you think you got all 4, you better check. So.
Region 5 Warden Paul Lupke responded to a trespassing call from a local ranch manager. The hunters failed to secure permission to retrieve a deer that jumped the fence after being shot, a clear violation of private property rights.
We learned from it. Definitely learned.
About to know the call.
Yeah, I know.
I know the call, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm not being any harder on you, because I think you just didn't do your research ahead of time and just got excited and went in there and realized that, well, it's not that far in, I'll just go grab it and probably be okay.
Well, we didn't want to leave it.
No, you can't leave it. You got to do something. So you do get a ticket and you lose your deer, which is the bad news. The good news is the trespassing fine in Montana is pretty low compared to almost everything else. It's $135. It's about the lowest one we have. And that's the end of it. There's nothing else to it. If there was something else to it, like Like she put her tag on it, but you shot it, that'd be worse. Or, I mean, there could be some possession issues, but if this is all it is, exactly like you told me, it doesn't matter if you shoot it over there or if you shoot it here, it runs over there and you go get it without permission. It's all the same. So that's why I say it's good news and bad news. You still got to get a ticket. I still got to do my job. But the good news is it's not a very big one. It's not like it's illegal possession or spotlighting or something where it's $500.
After numerous failed attempts to access the high country, Warden Lisowski gets help from the hunter who shot the spike bull. A nice gesture that sets the tone for an amicable exchange.
Sick. Felt like sick after thrown up.
You know,
That was the other guy that came and told me it fell.
yeah, it just happens.
Stuff like this behind the cow.
Right.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and truthfully, it just happens, you know, so mistakes happen, it is what it is. You know, it's like I was telling these guys, and I want you guys to know, it just, stuff happens, mistakes happen. As long as you come talk to us, there's no big deal, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it is, that's how it works. And we see you guys up here a lot, at least with your family and stuff, so we want to make sure you're taken care of too. So anyway.
Well, that's why I figured it was better for me to call you than them other guys.
Right, right. You guys understand what game wardens do, right?
Yeah. Me and him want to be one.
You want to be one, okay.
Run.
Well, so did I. You know what, when I was younger, I did too. This will go to the food bank, so it'll go to those, you know, somebody that can use the meat, and it'll be fine. So you can just keep going hunting, and we move on.
Yeah.
It would have probably been a written warning. When it gets up over the inch, you know, over the top of the ears like that, it's a little more.
Yeah.
But it's the simplest thing that I can do, with no privilege loss. No, the bond on it isn't $500.
No.
You know, and I'll talk with Paul on it too. So
I gotta go to White Soul.
you took care of it. I appreciate you doing that. And we move on, right? We ended up with this deal. The guy shot a spike bull. It was actually a forked horn bull, but this district is a brow tine bull only. He called it in, which was appreciated. We wrote him a commission rules and regs ticket. It had pretty high spikes on it, pretty tall spikes. Yeah, we appreciated him turning it in. At the same time, we wanted to make sure that we took care of what the actual violation was. And we'll take that meat and it'll go to a food bank, and there's some kids there, so in the end they got a little education as well. Hopefully we left some sort of impression that making the call is important.
Region 5 Warden Paul Lupke was able to sort out the story of the trespassers.
Okay.
If the facts had not added up, Paul could have called in Axel, his 5-year-old German Shepherd that has a way of uncovering the truth.
He's what they call a force multiplier. So when he's in the back of that truck, you know, people a lot of times are real wary of him, and they're always paying attention to him, make a lot of comments about him because he's a pretty serious looking German Shepherd, and not too many people mess with you when you have a dog like that. Yesterday we pulled up on some guys and giving us a story. They had an ungutted antlerless mule deer in their truck, and the things just weren't adding up. I couldn't really determine who shot or what was going on, but I knew there was a problem. Is there something going on with this deer? I mean, you guys are being cryptic and just kind of standoffish about it. If you didn't think there was anything wrong with it at all, I just don't think you guys would necessarily be acting this way. So I'm just a little concerned about if there's something illegal about it, okay? Because we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna find some evidence, kick my dog loose, find all that stuff. We let Axel out. Axel went and found the shell casing almost immediately, and I mean, it put him perfectly in the roadway, and that was enough evidence to really get him to admit that, yeah, he did shoot that thing off the roadway, which is an additional charge. I mean, that's a poached animal, and somebody shoots it off a road. Good boy. That's what you're shooting? There you at 6? You know, geez, we're out here all the time by ourselves. Being able to take a dog to work with you is really a cool thing, because, I mean, I don't know, we've had conversations together. We spend so much time together. I spend more time with my dog than I do with my wife and my kids, unfortunately, but he's pretty neat, and work wouldn't be the same without him. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? Good boy, come on.
Billings, Montana, Region 5 headquarters. Warden Matt Heaton is in the final stages of collecting evidence on a trophy bull elk that was poached in a special permit area.
So the bull they shot this bull elk on a Wednesday. They shot it on the forest, but they had to trespass around no trespassing sign. So they got criminal trespass. Neither one of them have licenses. He gave us consent to search his house on Saturday. We found parts of the elk there. And we also found drugs, so we called in Jeff Schmaltz, and he seized those. And so he's quite a bit of marijuana, and then pipe that most likely has methamphetamine residue on it. So he's sending that into the crime lab. So it's a 6x6 bull, and it meets our requirements for trophy restitution, which is $8 grand.
560 miles northwest near Libby, Montana. Region 1 wardens and hunter education volunteer instructors are taking part in a hunter's education course to help teach safety and field ethics to a future generation of hunters.
What we're doing today is there's the hunter education programs going on in Eureka. There's a field day today, so the kids are showing up. Today they're going through the field course, which they go through the course here, and there's different scenarios that resemble what might happen in real life if they are out hunting, whether it's they see a deer that's on private property or if they come across a situation where it would be unsafe to shoot. So my role in this, we've got a check station set up at the end, and we'll check their tags, make sure they filled out their tags right, and then answer any questions they got.
Good, are you?
Good. My name's Ben. I'm the game warden, just doing a check station today. I heard there's a lot of hunters in this area today, so how'd you guys do? Did you get anything, or?
Actually, we did.
Yeah, they'll get a deer up above here, yeah.
Alrighty. What kind?
Buck. Whitetail.
Just out checking tags today, so if you got your licenses, just checking those. Appreciate you opening the actions on your firearms. That really makes me feel a lot safer, so. Good job.
You can tell that.
Great job, everybody. So obviously, it's a fake scenario where you didn't shoot a real deer, but so you wouldn't have that in your pocket. Where would you have that if you really had a deer? On the deer. Appreciate you stopping at it. Do you have to stop at a check station, or you do have to stop?
A very important aspect of the Montana game warden's job is to pass on safety and hunter ethics to the next generation. That's why every warden is involved with hunter education classes in their region. 550 miles east in the city of Billings, Region 5 Warden Matt Heaton is finishing up an investigation on an elk poaching case involving multiple counts.
I've got a bull that was shot illegally in a permit-only area. I'm gonna measure it, get just a rough measurement here to see if it meets our trophy restitution value. And it looks like we've got a 44.5 inside spread, which the minimum requirement is 36, so we've got that. Now we need to check the other requirement. It has to have at least one antler with 6 points, and we've got that on this side. The last one we have to meet is a main beam length of 46 inches or 43 inches or greater. So. .52. So 51.25, 52. That clearly meets our trophy restitution. We will definitely seek full restitution on these individuals, both for the person that shot it and the person that helped him bring it out of the woods. So this is a very nice trophy bull that's been stolen from the residents of Montana.
Many times, wardens juggle multiple cases simultaneously. Today, Warden Heaton is also in possession of an illegally killed mule deer buck he confiscated earlier. Matt has called the suspect down to headquarters in order to issue citations and bring closure to this case.
All right. Come on back. Let's get this finished up and get you on your way.
The suspect is being charged with killing 3 deer illegally. he admits to using tags that were not his own, a clear violation of Montana game laws.
Okay, Officer Burrows and I, you know, we kind of went round and around and talking about what to do here.
One thing Paul said was incorrect yesterday.
And what's that?
And I just went with him on it. And I shouldn't have. Not that you'll believe me anyway, but that's not where the deer was shot.
At Region 5 headquarters in Billings, Warden Matt Heaton is serving multiple citations to a man who killed 3 deer and illegally tagged them with other family members' licenses. Earlier, he refused to speak with the wardens, but now is attempting to plead his case by offering new information.
I can tell you where the gut pile was, if it's still there.
Where was it shot?
It was shot, do you know, Butcher Creek Road? Okay, there's a ranch on Butcher Creek Road. An old man who's now snowbirding. His son has the main house now. He has the mobile. That's where it is.
Okay.
But that's what I get for backing up Paul yesterday and trying to be an idiot. And I understand if you don't believe me, that's fine.
Well,
It is what it is.
it changes things a little bit. It's still Carbon County, so it doesn't change the
Yes,
venue
it's
for the deer.
Same county, same place.
So what I'll do is
The only difference is we had permission to shoot there.
So what I'll do is I will adjust the citation.
But
it won't.
Beyond that, that's that.
Okay. But I guess, you know, when I talked with you, you know, out there, and I told you that it's that you were bordering on obstruction, you know, how we knew you guys had been lying. And so everything that we took everything into consideration, you know, your initial contact, I guess we'll say, when you guys first got to the check station, all that stuff. And for me and for Officer Burrows, what it came down to at the end of the day is when you left the house yesterday, your intent was to go down, kill a deer, put somebody else's tag on it.
Yes.
That's not an oops.
Put meat in the freezer.
Anyone born after January 1985, or at least 12 years of age, must pass a hunter education course before they can enjoy the abundant hunting opportunities in Montana. These courses play a vital role in teaching safety and hunting ethics to new hunters, a reason why Montana game wardens are intimately involved with these classes throughout the year.
Good shot.
The hardest part of my job is running into a violation and trying to figure out whether it's somebody that just made an honest mistake or if it's the biggest poacher in Montana that I just caught. I've got to try to figure that out. Make sure you call me right away if you make a mistake. It makes it a lot easier for me to try to figure that out if I hear it from you first rather than catching you. I'm a firm believer, and if you don't deserve a ticket, you don't need to get one. So that's pretty much it. Any questions for me?
Any questions? All right, we're going back to camp then.
Thanks, guys.
We'll case our guns back up in the truck.
Over 300 miles southeast near Great Falls, Montana, Region 4 Warden Brett Logan is out patrolling on a busy opening day of the general rifle season.
Today's the opening of the general rifle season, so we're just going where the animals are and seeing what people are doing. How we doing? Well, looks like we're successful this morning. Cool, is this your first deer?
This is my third.
Third? Wow, so this is old hat. This is
my first whitetail.
Oh, good. Well, you mind if we check your tag real quick?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you get to gut him?
No, not this time.
Not this time?
I got the open leg.
You got to do some of the fun stuff. Good. Well, that ain't a bad one.
Yeah,
that's
this is
your
my
turn.
first year hunting, so.
Oh, is it?
I gotta make it count.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now you know what you got to beat.
That's what they said. I saw one crossing the river that was That was like a 5 that time.
Oh, yeah? Good. Well, you guys are good to go. Well, cool. Yeah, now it's your guys' turn. Yeah. If not, it's all about the kids.
That's about what it's all about.
Yeah. Then in 20 years, you guys will come back. I'll probably still be working, and we'll do this all over again. Well, we'll get out of your guys' hair, mosey on, and see what else happens. All right, you guys. Yeah, we'll come and stop by and say hi.
Region 4 lies in north-central Montana and encompasses 19.5 million acres, just over 20% of Montana. This diverse region offers incredible opportunity for sportsmen, but its sheer size poses a challenge for wardens when it comes to maintaining compliance, as evidenced by a call Brett receives from fellow warden Quinn Kuka.
Huh. Yeah, we'll start working our way that way. All right, later. Quinn found a headless deer. She said looks like probably was shot last night, and they came and cut the head off, or they cut it off last night maybe before they took off. So let's see if we can locate a possible suspect.
Just 6 hours into the general hunting season, and Region 4 wardens Brett Logan and Quinn Kuka have a poaching case on their hands. Quinn has found a deer carcass abandoned in the field with just the head removed.
I think that it was shot just like that, like it was shot. The exit wound is laying down, right? But these tracks right here are really weird. So they come, I think they come in from up here and they pull in this way and they go out. See them right here?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of chunky. The weird part is I searched the whole road for like bullets or anything, and I found blood over there.
Right.
Like they either put the head down and moved something around and then put it in the truck.
Or they had another one in the truck and it was leaking. Oh. There's blood on it. Or is that from your shoes? Is that from you?
What is it?
Blood?
No, I didn't believe it.
Must have been them.
It's so sad to me.
Hoo-hoo.
Evidence points to this deer being poached last night, before season. With an obvious bullet hole entry, the wardens perform a field necropsy in an effort to retrieve a bullet or other forensic evidence.
Whoever's the owner of the rifle needs to have some explaining to do.
Oh, I found some fragments.
Did you? No.
255 miles southeast in Billings, Montana. Warden Matt Heaton is issuing citations to an individual who killed multiple deer and unlawfully tagged them with other hunters' licenses. As Matt explains the tickets, the suspect becomes indignant when he learns of the fines and that he will also lose his privileges to hunt, fish, and trap if convicted.
Tried to catch anything from you according to this, so nothing has been seized according to the citation. The bond or fine amount on this one is $235. That's roughly what the fine is. The judge is the one who sets the fines. It can be higher than that, it can be lower than that. This one you will lose your privileges on this one. It's a minimum of 2 years, and then there is a personal appearance required by you to go see the judge. Multiple violations in 2 counties. Do you have any questions on how to proceed with taking care of these?
No.
Nothing, okay. Do you have any other general questions for me at this time?
No.
Okay, those are your copies, those are your receipts. I can't stress enough, make sure you at least contact the court by that date.
I know, heard you the first time.
It's one of those things I stress on with people. I hate to see it happen over, it's bad enough as it is.
Made it illegal to feed families.
No, it's illegal to poach. Yeah, don't use that language here in this building.
Yeah, I have freedom of speech in this building too.
Region 4 near Fairfield, Montana. Wardens Quinn Kuka and Brett Logan are inspecting a mule deer that they suspect was poached the evening before. The head was severed and the body was left to rot, a sign that it likely was a trophy buck.
I personally feel it's greed. They want to be the first one to get the biggest one, or now he still has a deer tag, so he can shoot at least one more legally. A lot of meat's gone to waste. Could have gone to somebody who actually needed it, yet it's out in the field, laying here to rot.
A thorough search turned up very little evidence. However, it's not the warden's nature to give up, knowing that one small tip can turn the tables on this case and bring the poachers to justice. 255 miles southeast, Region 5 Warden Matt Heaton is finishing up a case of a trophy bull elk being killed illegally. His next order of business is to issue the citations. However, these suspects were incarcerated in the local jail shortly after the search warrant was executed.
See how we know these guys are into the drugs. We've had reports from the chief of police in Bridger and the sheriff's department, and while we were searching the house looking for elk meat and bullets and knives, we happened to find a substantial amount of marijuana and a Crown Royal bag that looked like it had some stuff in it that we weren't aware of. So we called the sheriff's office, had a deputy come down, and he came in on our warrant and or our consent to search. It's good to have good, healthy relationship with your local sheriff's office. You can call them and they can come in knowing that they trust you and trust me and trust the work I do, and vice versa. So it makes my job a heck of a lot easier.
Since the suspects are in the county jail for drug-related charges associated with the search, Matt contacted the sheriff's department and made arrangements for the citations to be delivered by a sheriff's deputy.
Hey guys, can I bug you for just a quick second? Got some tickets and personal property for an inmate I need to drop off to him.
You can do that.
Sweet, man, thank you.
Grab it and I'll walk in.
All right, it's all right here, yep. Well, I'll pull it out of here. We interviewed him on this and found out he had a warrant, so.
Okay, cool. That one Farm County?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll get out and pick him up for you.
Sweet, so saved you the gas mounts. Can I just have you hold those so they don't pull away? Yeah. Got his driver's license.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Awesome, that it? Hey, thanks much, man. Thank you.
With all his papers served, Matt can finally call it a day. A warden's job is extremely diverse and many times unpredictable. Like most law enforcement careers, it can be very demanding. But the best part of being a game warden is seeing the excitement in the young hunter's eyes, to know you played a part in passing on Montana's hunting heritage to the next generation. These are the rewards that a warden draws upon during those long days in the field, when you followed every lead and still can't yet close the case.
We never did find a lead on that one. We have all the evidence and it filed away, and hope, in the future years I can bump into a hunter that talks about it, or someone who's been out in that area. And there's a lot of big bucks in that country, and so I feel like someone's gonna have to talk about it someday and it'll surface again.
If you have any information on the headless mule deer case or any other Montana game violations, please call 1-800-TIP-MONT. Together, we can stop theft of public resources and help to manage wildlife for future generations. Just as Montanans are recovering from a huge winter storm, another Arctic blast descends upon the region.
The channel has named Brutus a second winter storm that will impact millions across the West, even the Midwest. Let's get straight to the exclusive Weather Channel threat index with Brutus. And from the West Coast to the Bitterroot to Tetons, even the Colorado Rockies expecting the snow. Right now, the snow still heavy and falling across parts of Montana.
The epicenter of Storm Brutus is Glasgow, Montana. This small eastern Montana agriculture community lies in Region 6 and is taking the full brunt of Brutus's fury. Despite blizzard conditions and sub-zero temperatures, Region 6 Wardens Todd Anderson and Todd Tryon prepare to run a decoy operation in the dark of night. By placing a simulated deer in a situation where it's illegal to shoot, ethical hunters make the right choice. For others, it's not that easy. With most Montanans huddled near the fire, escaping the fury of the storm, the perfect opportunity arises for poachers to strike. Tonight, the Wardens will focus on a section of private land where they have received numerous complaints of deer being shot from a nearby road after legal shooting hours.
Yeah, right off to the left here.
Yeah, it looks good. More than likely right here. You can crank it. Right there. Yeah, it looks really good.
Got all this sage and grass, you know, sticking up. How's it look?
Looks fine.
Earlier in the day, 160 miles west of Glasgow near Havre, Montana, ahead of Storm Brutus, Wardens set up a check station where all hunters are required to stop, whether they have game or not.
Okay.
Today, the spotter position is filled by Warden Dirk Paulson. Using optics, Dirk observes passing vehicles for signs of hunting activity or game taken.
Yeah, looks like you might have a couple coming. 2 county plates. Nah, yeah, that's what I thought, buddy. Get in here.
How's it going? Guys, go by, come in here. I saw I'm looking. I didn't know that was, I didn't see the ball. All right, coming over. All right. So you got some gear, huh? Yeah, see one anyway. I was more than that. Good. All right. My wife was up with us. I think it was Saturday. She went home early, so. Okay.
3 deer, 2 hunters present, and a claim that his wife shot one and went home early raises suspicion for Warden Ron Howell.
This one here says his wife shot. This one here? There's also that needs to make a phone call. Okay, do that.
6 hours later, Wardens near Glasgow are taking the full brunt of Winter Storm Brutus. Setting up a decoy, they hope to catch poachers that have been shooting deer on private land at night.
Be curious to see how far we're going to be able to see the lights coming down the road. Yeah, we'll be right on it. Yeah.
All right, we got our decoy set up off to the left here, kind of set up off a curve. So when their headlights come around, they'll pick up the deer. And then we'll be set up back on the other side of the road, kind of in the dark watching. You can mark that down forward through your reactions. If you get that one vehicle that's by themselves, nobody else around, that's when you're more than likely gonna get it.
Is he gonna shoot back at us? Be careful here. Shot. Let's go. And we're gonna let you go first.
Hey, he ain't slowing down.
We're right behind him and he's not stopping. We're running about 60 miles an hour in the gravel here.
"50 miles south of the Canadian border, near Havre, Montana, Wardens are interviewing a hunter who claims his wife shot one of the 3 deer in his possession and proceeded to return home early. A story the Wardens know seems unlikely. As they continue the questioning, another hunting party arrives with an untagged deer.
Hello. When did you discover you lost your licenses?
I did my
deer and went to get it out of my pocket to put it on it, and it was no longer there.
Did you leave home with your tag? You sure you had it when you left home?
Yeah, I left the house that morning when we went hunting with it.
And when did you kill your deer?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. Did you try to contact a game warden at all yesterday about?
No.
Did you ever call Tipmont and say, hey, I didn't have a tag to put on my deer, I lost it and I have one down?
No, because we figured we would have to stop here, so we just thought we would ask you guys what you wanted us to do.
Yeah. Well, yes, typically this check station isn't open on Mondays, though. Did you go hunting at all earlier this year anywhere else?
No.
Okay.
No.
I did around Butte once.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I
but
didn't.
You didn't, though. Okay. Let me go see if I can get it to pull up, and I'll check you. Hang tight.
While Officer Paulson attempts to confirm that this hunter did indeed have a valid deer license, Warden Howell continues to gather information from a hunter who claims his wife shot one of the 3 deer in his possession and then returned home separately. Transferring a license by placing another person's tag on a deer shot by someone other than the person it's issued to can result in fines for both parties and the loss of game.
So when did you guys come up here? Did you travel up together?
Well, we came up Friday. No, we came up Saturday morning.
So who was with when Cynthia shot her deer?
Well, she was with me. She was all.
You guys were all together? Seth was with? And you and Cynthia? Okay. Is her gun in there?
No.
Doug, let me stop you a minute, okay? I want to give you a chance to be honest with me about what's going on. And I can tell you're not. I'm concerned that Cynthia wasn't here on this hunt, okay? I know she wasn't here on this hunt. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'll prove it to you, okay? So I want to give you a chance to be honest with me. Because if you don't want to be honest with me about what happened, I'm not going to be willing to work with you, okay?
160 miles away, Glasgow, Montana is in the grips of Winter Storm Brutus.
And it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon.
Going across the state of Montana in particular, please be aware of that. And if you can stay home, it's probably the best thing that you can do right now.
Region 6 wardens set up a deer decoy and watched a vehicle stop and shoot. Now they are in high-speed pursuit of the suspect's vehicle.
Down.
We're right behind him and he's not stopping. We're running about 60 miles an hour on the gravel here.
Is that somebody trying to shoot the decoy, and they've gotten in their pickup, and it's not like they're in a hurry to get out of here, but I'm trying to head back to town.
Trying to catch up to him here. We're not sure that we will.
They're headed east on the Bentonite Road, about 4 miles out. He's not pulling over.
We're about to see a plate here in a second. Be Montana 205.
65.
Get out of the vehicle, please, sir!
Walk back towards us. Hands out of your pocket. Hands out of your pocket. There you go. Just keep walking back. Stop right there for me. Stop right there. Okay. Passenger, come on out. Hands out of your pocket. Keep your hands out of your pocket, driver.
Eastern plains of Montana, near the town of Glasgow. After a high-speed chase on dangerous back roads, wardens have stopped a vehicle that illegally shot at a decoy. Once stopped, the suspects failed to respond to the warden's instructions.
Okay, passenger, come on out. Hands out of your pocket. Keep your hands out of your pocket, driver. Hands out of your pocket. Okay, you guys walk up here. Walk up towards me. Okay, just stand right at the front there and put your hands on our truck for us, okay? Okay, guys. All right. You understand why we pulled you over? Do you understand why we pulled you over?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That was a decoy.
Well, that's why we put it up, okay? Okay, let's relax a little bit, guys. One thing I am going to ask real quick is I'm just going to pat you down, make sure you don't have any weapons. Do you have any weapons on you at all? Okay. No pistol. You have your hunting knife? Yeah. Okay, just keep it where it's at. Just keep it where it's at as long as it's there. Do you have any knives on you at all, sir? Okay. Okay. Where's your hunting knife at? Okay, just leave it right in there for me. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, the driver shot. And you would be the driver, sir? Right. Okay, what did you shoot with?
243.
Okay, okay. You shot at 18 after, okay? 18 after, and shooting hours were at 4 after. If you look in the book, it would have been 4 after 5 is when was the last time you could have shot. So we got a couple issues there, shooting after hours and also shooting from the road. Okay, those are the 2 issues, all right? And that's what we're looking for on this road. We get a lot of complaints out here on people shooting off the road, and we often see a lot of brass on the road, so that's why we're doing what we're doing tonight, okay? We're not targeting you, we're just trying to stop this.
Stop.
Okay?
I understand.
Okay, real good. What I'm gonna have you guys do, all your guns are in there, right? Okay, it's pretty darn cold out tonight, so let's go back and we're gonna secure your guns, and then we'll get your information.
Earlier in the day near Havre, Montana, Region 6 wardens are simultaneously dealing with 2 possible tagging violations. One hunter claims his wife shot a deer and then went home, leaving him with the tagged deer. Warden Dirk Paulson is working on the second case pertaining to a missing tag that is claimed to have been lost.
The whole little plastic pouch is what I lost.
Okay. Your general deer license bought at Walmart on the 5th. Okay. All right, you did have tags.
Yay!
All right. Now, I'm gonna have to run this by I gotta run this by the boss here real quick, see what he wants to do, how he wants to address the failed to tag issue. Okay. So I'll be right back with you, okay?
Across the check station parking lot, Warden Ron Howell is questioning a hunter who claims his wife shot a deer and returned home.
Let me stop you a minute, okay? I want to give you a chance to be honest with me about what's going on. And I can tell you're not. I'm concerned that Cynthia wasn't here. So let me ask you, did you shoot this deer? We're talking misdemeanor stuff, and I want to keep it at that level. What's a misdemeanor? You pay a fine and you move on. You lose hunting rights forever? No, you don't lose your hunting rights forever. It was just a fine. I'll explain that stuff to you. No, I'll explain it after you tell me what happened. So I'm willing to work with you, I am. I'm an easygoing guy, I've got a job to do, and I'm willing to work with you. But you've got to level with me about everything that happened. I won't work with half-truths and partial truths. I'll work with the truth. All right, here's that one. My wife wasn't here. I shot her. All right, here's that one. My wife wasn't here. I shot her.
Okay. The wardens confiscate the hunter's deer. The meat will go to the local food bank, while the antlers are sent to the evidence room.
I mean, what you did is serious. People in Montana take it serious. You know, they put a value on these animals, okay?
Warden Howell writes the hunter tickets that include fines and loss of deer. His wife will be receiving a ticket as well for illegal transfer of tag.
Here's the addresses, okay? So if you wrote a check to Hill County for the 2 citations, you'd write it in the amount of, that one's $1,035 and that one's $1,035, so $2,070. So you're free to go. So Seth's in the pickup and he took the whitetail deer. He keeps his deer, of course. All right? Take care of yourself. Good luck. Yeah.
After receiving advice from his supervisor, Warden Paulson issues a citation for failure to tag, but allows the hunter to keep her deer, which is a large dose of officer discretion and understanding on the part of the wardens.
With that?
This is your receipt.
Okay.
This allows you to have the deer.
Okay.
And here's your copy of the citation. If you have any more questions, there's information on the back. You can just read that.
Okay.
So yeah, just mail a check in court.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Safe.
160 miles away near Glasgow, Montana. Under the cover of darkness, Wardens set up a decoy in an attempt to stop a chronic issue of deer being shot at night. It wasn't long before a vehicle stopped and took a shot at the decoy. After a dangerous 6-mile chase and a tense confrontation, the suspects yielded to the Wardens and citations are being issued.
On there. Okay, same thing. You can go see the judge or you can take care of it with her. It is expensive, huh? I bet you won't do that again, though, will you? No. Well, that's why we're here. We don't want you to do it again. Lesson learned well, then, okay? Yes. Okay, Ed. Have a safe trip back.
Ending up the day near Havre, Montana, Warden Dirk Paulson spots a hunting rig that fails to stop at the check station.
What's he got? Orange in the dash?
Orange on the back of his pickup.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Coming back from hunting?
Glasgow.
From hunting?
Yeah.
Okay, did you see the signs back there?
I did not.
Okay. All right, well, you need to stop at all check stations here in Montana, so I'm going to need you to, where it's safe, I'm going to need you to go ahead and turn around and come back to the check station, please. All right, thank you, sir. Would you mind opening the coolers? Let me take a look in them. Anything in that one? Nope. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So what I'll do is that I'll write you a warning for failure to stop, seeing as you're cooperative and everything here, and you come back. I was able to get you in time. I'll write you a written warning. Can I get your licenses off you?
Oh, yeah.
One more time, and then I'll let you reload, and I'll write you a warning. You guys can be on your way.
While Dirk issues a written warning, another rig arrives at the check station with improperly tagged deer. The driver claims he is transporting a deer his brother shot, but the tags aren't validated correctly. Another situation that needs to be confirmed by calling the parties that are absent.
You have a phone number for Dino?
Yeah, is this Preston?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Preston, this is Warden Dirk Paulson with Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. Say, I'm here with your brother Grant. He stopped at one of our check stations. And I have to verify some information with you. He's hauling 3 deer with him tonight. Whose deer is he hauling?
He's hauling Bonnie, which is the guy that I'm practicing.
Okay.
The other one is Dino. And the other one is Kyle.
Okay.
One killed on the 10th, and Dino was killed on the 11th.
All right, well then everything checks out here.
Okay, everything's good?
Yeah, everything should be good. Did Ethan kill anything this weekend?
No, he did not.
Okay. All right, well, thank you, Preston.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, bye.
All right.
You can remember which goes on which.
Dino's got the big one. Okay.
Most hunters hold to high ethical standards, but occasionally a rule is broken. Wardens are quick to give leniency when it's an honest mistake. But for those dodging the law, wardens are there to hold them accountable and assure that next time they think twice before stealing a natural resource from the landscape of Montana. Region 4, near Martinsdale, Montana. Following up on a report of wasted game, Warden John Lisowski meets with Mike Parsons of Crow Creek Outfitters to investigate.
The guides were up there yesterday, and they was sneaking in on the elk and heard a bunch of blasting away. Some guys came in on horseback. They seen them get 2 elk, and I think they got 3 elk. And they've seen a bunch of magpies. He walked up there, well, one of the elk, one shoulder ain't even been touched, and he skint down part of one shoulder, took one back strap, left the other back strap, and they pulled over in the weeds like.
What makes me question just who it is, if they don't know how to dress an animal or cut it up, or...
He said they done the miserable job you ever seen boning out the hindquarters there. He never seen nothing like it, so anyway.
So do we drive? Do we horseback? What do we do?
I got 4-wheelers. There's some snow up there. I'd like to be able to drive up there, but I don't think we can make it.
I think I'm ready. Might let him get a little distance on us.
Hunters in Montana are prohibited from wasting any part of the game animal that is suitable for food. That includes the 4 quarters above the hock, the loin, and the backstrap.
Got some pretty big boot tracks here. This is one, yeah, 2.
Here's another elk down here.
That's kind of crazy that they were both that proximity.
Region 5, Bridger, Montana. Warden Matt Heaton receives a tip from the local sheriff as to the whereabouts of 2 suspects, both of which Matt has had contact with before.
Just got a phone call and it's got a radio call from the chief of police here in Bridger. A couple of guys that I've dealt with repeatedly, once last year with both of them, and then once this year with the other one. One of them is currently revoked. He lost his hunting privileges a couple weeks ago, and the other guy got a couple tickets from me for failed to tag on an elk and hunt without permission, a couple different things. He did not lose his privileges for that one. I guess his wife bought tags for the first time in at least 3 years that I could see, and she bought them the day after his hunting partner pled guilty and was revoked for 2 years. She is most likely buying licenses and then giving them over to her husband and his hunting buddy. So.
360 miles west in Region 2. Wardens Bill Copen and Kyle Miller have been inundated with calls concerning elk being shot after legal shooting light. To address private land concerns and hunter behavior, the Wardens put up an elk decoy in order to deter the unlawful activity.
Game warden, put the gun down! Put the guns down!
Region 2, near Seeley Lake, Montana. Wardens Bill Copen and Kyle Miller are watching an elk decoy in an area known for illegal shooting at night. The first vehicle by chooses to do the right thing, but can't resist having a little fun while stopping for a photo.
Well, I appreciate you guys not shooting it.
I don't care, that's creepy. Cool. We're not gonna hunt tomorrow.
Okay.
It's just standing there. What is wrong with that thing?
You guys take care, okay? Have a good night.
Region 5 Warden Matt Heaton is in Bridger, Montana. Matt is in search of a suspect he crossed paths with several years ago. But more recently, Matt has evidence that the man helped a friend transport an illegally killed bull elk, which may constitute unlawful possession.
Hello? Is in town? Oh, nice. Cool. Well, I'm out by the tracks on the way to Blue Water, so I will swing around. All right. And we are on our way to the Dry Creek Saloon restaurant here in town. They're trying to be sneaky. It's year after year they're pulling the same stuff and they don't seem to learn at all.
Wardens often work closely with local police and sheriff. In this case, Matt received a call from the Bridger Police Department reporting one of the suspects is visiting a local watering hole. Matt isn't expecting any trouble, but just to be safe, the police are there for assistance.
On the 10th. Yeah. It's amazing how that works.
They're probably either out there or out here.
Okay. How's it going? Do you got your driver's license on you, John? Basically today I'm gonna write you your tickets. The fine amount on this charge is $535. That elk is a trophy elk. It meets our trophy standard. It actually was probably like a 340 if you score. Basically that means it was a really big elk. So that basically means it was a really big elk. It's $8,000 restitution. And down here it says that I seized a front shoulder and rear leg bones of an elk from your house,
I also seized a packet of elk meat. The code is 876-202. That's unlawful possession. On the 6th day of November, unlawful possession, ship, transport of game animal, transported unlawfully killed trophy bull elk down from U.S. Forest Service line on Gold Creek. You have a mandatory appearance before the judge, and you will lose your license privileges over this. Figure you guys know what you did, and there's no sense browbeating you about it and belittling you. The damage is done, so just gotta move forward now. All right, thanks, John. That's that for now, at least. I'm gonna have to buy you a lot of beer when the season's over. See you, Mike.
180 miles northwest near Martinsdale, Montana. Region 4 Warden John Lisofsky is with outfitter Mike Parsons, investigating a report of hunters shooting 3 bull elk, but leaving most of the meat behind to rot.
They left the whole front shoulder. And the neck. 2 front shoulders. Let's see if they took the tenderloins. Nope. Tenderloin's still in there. Okay. Let me get some pictures and we'll take a GPS reading as well. We got 3 elk we're trying to find. You know, they took some of the meat, but they sure didn't take all of it. It needs to be addressed. So we're taking a GPS coordinates of the first one here, and then we'll go from there. So this is 1, you have 2.
Here's another elk down here.
It's not very far apart. That's kind of crazy that they were both that proximity. Horns are cut off of this one too. At least we know the skull cap is cut off of this one. They left all the neck meat and the tenderloins. Looks like they took the hindquarters the best they could. They just boned them out. And what we need to figure out is this is the uphill one. They took the head off of it. It'd be kind of interesting why they decided they needed the head with it.
Stay out of the car.
Don't point them at anybody. Take your time. Is this for some kind of video? I don't want my picture.
Calm down, okay? Don't worry about the camera.
Seeley Lake, Montana, Region 2. Assembling an elk decoy, Wardens Kyle Miller and Bill Copen hope to curtail a serious issue. The local elk herd is declining, partly due to illegal shooting of yearling bulls. This area is open only for brow tine bulls, a management strategy to help maintain a huntable bull elk population.
Sounds like he's coming. We're in like Flint. Speeding up. That's a bad sign. I have to really hit the brakes hard here. Yeah, I think that worked pretty good. Very dusty. I saw it. They saw it.
"180 miles east on the edge of the Crazy Mountains, Region 4 Warden John Lisofsky and outfitter Mike Parsons have located the 3 elk carcasses they were in search of. The elk were killed and much of the meat was left to rot.
Did he say this was a bull too?
All 3 of them were, I think.
All 3 were bulls.
Yeah. I don't swear it to you.
Okay. Well, let's roll into that camp before it gets too dark. Yeah.
With evidence gathered, John and Mike make the long ride back to where the hunting party is believed to be camping. These hunters took the antlers and only the prime cuts of meat, leaving much of the elk to rot. John will need to approach the camp with care, taking every opportunity to utilize professional tact in an effort to keep the situation from escalating while working towards resolution.
Hello in the camp. Hello. State Game Wardens. How's things going? Good. You mind if I unzip the tent and say hello?
Yeah.
Looks like everything's staying warm enough, huh?
Yeah.
Justin out hunting?
They took a load of elk back to the pickup.
Oh, they did?
They
okay.
should be on their way back pretty soon.
Okay, well, good. Well, so you don't have any elk out here?
Not right now. They just took them all back.
So, these elk that you guys got, were they off this hill over here?
They were farther.
Okay, and then 3 big bulls, good bulls?
There was a couple raghorns, and my dad got a pretty nice 6-point.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay. The 2 raghorns, they were together?
Yeah.
That wasn't your dad then? Or they got one of the raghorns right there. His was further away from those other 2.
Yeah.
So the complaint that we got, and this isn't going to be anything with you, but we need to talk to the dad, was that there was a couple front shoulders left, and the front end, basically 1 bull elk right there was completely left on there. So that's what I'm looking to talk to your old man about, okay? Suppose they'll be back pretty soon?
Yeah, they should be back pretty soon, yeah.
Okay. Don't get all nervous, it's all good.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
It turns out John knows this hunting party. Putting the young man at ease, they enjoy the warmth of the campfire while they wait for his dad to return. After an extended wait, and with darkness setting in, John decides to leave a note and readdress the situation at a later time.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
You breathe easy. I hope you have some luck.
Good luck. Thanks.
We left a business card, and what we'll end up doing is recontacting those folks here just to get the case settled out and have a discussion of how come the meat wasn't taken out.
Yes, I did. Hey, you guys got a few beers. I saw one.
I'm not drinking.
There.
I am the driver.
Okay. Have you been drinking?
No, sir. I don't drink.
Region 2 near Sealy Lake, Montana. Wardens Bill Copen and Kyle Miller are watching a spike elk decoy in an area that is open for brow tine bulls only.
I saw it. They saw it.
All the guns. Don't point them at anybody. Take your time.
Picture on that. Is this for some kind of video? I don't want my picture.
Calm down, okay?
No.
Don't worry about the camera.
Okay.
What do you have for weapons?
Yeah.
Stay back here. Stay
Nothing?
behind the ring.
No pistols? All right. Why don't you put that tailgate down for me? Clear this for me. We are not going to hand it to you. Where's the little lever? Who's this?
Right there. That's my gun.
All right, I'm not going to give it to you, but clear it.
Yeah,
just clear
tag
it.
too. Great.
It's quite the weapon.
Is this something new you guys just did?
Decoys?
Yeah.
No, we've been doing them for 25 years, probably. I'll have you, if you're going to be out of the vehicle, I want you out of the vehicle. No in and out. So why don't you stay back here with me?
The Wardens work together to secure the battery of weapons and keep an eye on everyone involved. This volatile situation takes quick response on the part of the Wardens to control the operation and keep things from getting out of hand. Still, Bill must deal with numerous questions from the disgruntled shooter.
Biggest thing here, you're shooting spikes. We're trying to get some of these spikes to grow up and have some bigger bulls.
The hunting is open on this side, correct?
The hunting's open.
Yeah, but not
private over here. See the orange? Private over there.
I know it was on that side.
Yeah. So you got the spikes in there. Did you see it?
No, my son did.
Are you shooting at 270?
Yes. Okay. Is that where the lead was, or? I don't know. Like I told him, I don't know where I was exactly.
You were on the road. There's no doubt about it. You got two witnesses. You can't shoot.
Well, you got the camera to see where
Here's
I was.
the road.
Yeah.
Here's the borrow pit. Here's the berm. You would have had to be this far over, and you nailed right there.
Did I? I was just trying. I don't know. I was probably right in there. I don't know. I guess.
Okay.
So
I'm not gonna. I ain't dispute nothing.
As the shooter recognizes his wrongdoing, Bill notices the evidence of alcohol and quickly tries to ascertain if it was a factor in the violation.
Hey, you guys got a few beers. I saw one.
I'm not drinking.
There. Who's the driver?
I am the driver.
Okay. Have you been drinking?
No, sir. You can take a test if you'd like. I'll take a test.
All right.
I don't drink.
All right.
One thing I don't do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't drink.
I'm going to ask that your privileges be taken for anywhere from 18 to 24 months. That's going to be up to the judge as well.
Upset about it all, really.
I understand. Just got to take a minute, slow down, and make sure you know what you're shooting at, you know?
I think I'm done hunting.
Well, we have 3 different violations. You shot an animal that's illegal to be harvested, the spike elk. You shot from the road, which is also illegal. And you shot without wearing blaze orange.
Okay.
Okay? What I'm doing is I'm writing you 1 citation today, and I'm just gonna address the biggest violation, which is shooting the spike.
Okay. Even though it is a dummy?
Even though it is a dummy.
Okay.
I'm not taking your licenses today.
Or my privileges?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so in other words, I'm still able to go and continue with my hunt on Chanley and everything else?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm very aware of what took place and will never happen.
Okay. I'll walk down with you. Just hang on 1 second. I'll walk down with you and get you guys on your way.
All right. Just put this away. You said how many days on a...
You guys all set?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and just keep the weapons the way they are. Stick them up front. You can load them later.
This is an area where spikes can't be shot at all. So we had it set up here. Had a couple vehicles come by, and then had a truck come by, and there's someone actually standing in back of the pickup truck, and they were the ones that spotted the elk. They actually went by and stopped above the elk, and then one guy got out, I think came back with his rifle and knelt down on the road and shot it right from the road. And that's when we came out and shut him down before there was any more shooting, and went ahead and issued him a citation for shooting the simulated wildlife decoy in violation. He had actually 3 different violations. Shooting the spike, which is a closed season ticket because there's no season on spikes here in Region 2. Also shooting from the roadway, he didn't get off the roadway. And finally, he didn't have his blaze orange on.
Don't hook that leg. It should go further that way and around.
For a night set?
It's 11 miles. Oh, we'll target them coming out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.